Welcome back to iShopTheSheriff.com. One of my favorite jobs over the years is when I had a chance to work for the Toronto Raptors in the mid-90s. They were just getting started in the NBA, and I went up there and worked and actually directed their broadcast for those first 2 seasons. I want to tell you a story, though, that I'll never forget. And this has to do with their general manager, Isaiah Thomas. During the second season, Isaiah actually replaced the head coach, Brendan Malone, with Darrell Walker. Darrell Walker had very little experience coaching and was an assistant, and Isaiah just made him the head coach in the second season. So there was one night that we were sitting around with the announcers and we were talking about his rapid ascent to head coach, and Darrell Walker told us this story that I'll never forget. And it turns out that Darrell Walker and Isaiah Thomas had been teammates in Detroit with the Bad Boys. And there was this game the Pistons were playing against the Utah Jazz. And Isaiah was going off plus 40 points and was driving the lane late in the game. And Karl Malone put out his elbow, as he had done a few times, and gave Isaiah a wicked elbow right above this eye. In fact, if you ever see any pictures of Isaiah, there is a scar here that required 40 stitches. Well, anyway, as Isaiah went down, his teammates all went around him. And Darrell Walker came off of the bench and went up and just jumped on Karl Malone in Isaiah's defense. And all these years later, when he needed a head coach, Isaiah remembered that incident and named him the head coach. Now, there were other reasons he got that job, but that was one heck of a story. Darrell Walker coming off the bench, leaping on Karl Malone in Isaiah's defense. A true story of loyalty. North of the border. That's iShopTheSheriff.com.